Good morning. Let us see example from the chapter variation 7.3. Okay. Now see the example that if 15 workers can build a wall, okay, in 48 hours. How many workers will be required to do the same work in 30 hours? Okay, बाळांनो. So, at first, try to understand that when the number of workers will get increased, no, that time, in that case, time required will become less, means it will decreased, means when workers are increasing, time is decreasing. If workers are decreasing, then time will increase, means that increasing of first factor will cause decreasing of the second factor. Okay, means this is inverse variation. Means in example, if that increasing of first factor, that is worker here, it's causing decreasing of second factor, then it is inverse variation. So when you will read the example, at first you will try to understand which type of variation it is. If first factor is increasing and second is decreasing, it is inverse variation. And so just think of it that when workers will get increased, that time required which they have given in hours, that will get decreased. So it is the example of inverse variation. So at first you have to find out which type of variation it is. Okay, so let us assume our workers, no? So we will assume it as W. And time they have given in hours, it is time. So we will assume it as T. Okay. Now, so I wrote here that let us assume workers as W and time as T. Now, as I told that when workers will get increased, time will get decreased, that hours will get decreased. So it is inverse variation that I wrote here. There is inverse variation in workers, W we assume, and time T. Okay, so we will write this statement in the symbol of variation. Okay, so may I write one workers as W, and this is the symbol of variation. Okay, so it is inversely. So in numerator I wrote 1. Okay, inversely proportion to time. which they have given in hours. Okay. Now this is our first step. We expressed it in the form of symbol of variation. Now next step we will write equal sign. So for that, this T, which is time, which they have expressed in hours, that we will bring to left side. Division will become multiplication. So W into T. If I am not writing here into, that means multiplication. When there is no sign in between, I should assume as multiplication. Is equal to. Now see, I deleted this variation sign. Okay. Is equal to K, which is constant. So write here, give explanation that K is constant. In such way to second step. Okay. What we done to second step? I deleted this sign. Instead of this variation sign, I done equal sign. That T, which was division time in hours, that I brought to left side. So division became multiplication. Okay. Here I wrote WT is equal to K. W into T is equal to K. And without fail I told them that K is constant. Here remember now, as we have learned that multiplication comes constant. Okay. So that multiplication W workers, time in hours, W into T multiplication comes constant in inverse variation. Now which information they have given, that we will substitute in this equation, that when, okay, that W is equal to 15. Am I right? W is equal to 15 and time T is equal to 48 hours. Okay. That time we will substitute in this equation. So 15 in place of workers into T means 48 hours. Okay. Is equal to K. So do the multiplication. That constant K came as 720 is equal to K. Okay. Now you got K, no? After that, write the equation of variation. How we are writing equation of variation? In this second step, no? Just substitute value of K. That is your equation of variation. So, WT is equal to, in place of K, we will substitute the value of K which we got. That is 720 is equation of variation. Okay, it is your equation of variation. Now see balanno, that we have to find out the value of W workers when that time is 30 hours. Now, if T is equal to 30 hours, it is time, huh? So, if T is equal to 30 hours, how much will be workers? So, we will substitute this value of T, 30, in the equation of variation. So, W into, in place of T, we will substitute 30 is equal to 720. So, we will send this 30, which is to left hand side LHS, to RHS. So, multiplication will become division, which is in numerator, that will go in denominator. So, W is equal to 720 upon 30. Okay, so do the calculation. Your workers W will come as 24, and without fail you will write the answer in words that workers are 24. Okay, so whenever example will come in front of you, after reading, check which variation is there. Find out which variation is there. If increase of first factor, suppose here is W. If increase of first factor is causing decrease of second factor time T, then it is inverse variation. Okay, so you have to find out at first which type of variation it is, and as I told, if increase of first factor, see, if workers are increasing, that time will get decreased, hours will get decreased. So, that increase of workers is causing decrease of second factor time, means increase of first factor is causing decrease of second factor. So, it is a type of inverse variation. That means in example, at first, you will find out type of variation, then you will use the symbol of variation for first step. For second step, you will use equal sign, and without fail you will use K, and will write K is constant. Then you will substitute the values which they have given, and you will find out K. After finding out K, you will write equation of variation. For that you will use this second step. You will just substitute the value of K. That will be your equation of variation. Then in second inning you will do, in second part you will fill up, you will substitute the value which they have given and find out the value which you want. Okay, got?